Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Naila Erinava with the last NPM 092. Today I will to presenting about my task is week 3 task of cost accounting. The first task is exercise 10 and 1. Please not sliding. So the question is, mechanical studies indicate that for the company's instated use, the output rate for one press should be 1,000 pieces per hour. The company has similar presses now in operation that average 600 pieces per hour. This average is derived by like this. So the highest is Allen and Miller, which is 750, and the lowest is Kepinger, which is 450. So the company's management also plans to institute a standard cost accounting system. So the company's engineers are supporting a standard based on 1,000 pieces per hour, like higher than this, higher than the worker output in pieces. And the accounting department, a standard based on 750 pieces per hour, and funds press department's supervisor, a standard based on 600 pieces per hour. So the required is specify argument that could be used by its proponent. Let's begin. The first argument is the engineers. The engineers is look at the machine's technical specifications, like the using the standard minimized waste in theory. It assumes zero downtime, no machine breakdown, and no human breaks, and no defective part. So the engineers is memaksimalkan mesin kerja mesinnya itu yaitu 1000 units. And next is the accounting department. They see that Allen and Miller are already hitting 750 on the old machines. So they look at the top tier performance. This is practical or attainable standard. It accounts for some rest and unavoidable delays, but still requires a high level of effort. So they look at the top tier. And the last is the supervisor. They looks at historical average. They looks the average the worker can output how much. This is an expected actual standard. It represents what is likely to happen based on past behavior. This is the current total output is 3,600 divided by 6 worker, which is equals 600. So they take the average of that. So which one is more effective? I think the best standard is the one that balance the companies need to save money with the workers, need to feel success. So the more efficiently is 750 pieces per hour because it's based on what real humans like Allen and Miller are actually achieving, not a theoretical number. Unlike the 1,000 unit, which is so high, then they can do that. 650 feels like a win if you work hard. So they can reach the 650 if they work more harder. So the last is it encourages the lower performing employees to receive more training to catch up the best performers. I think it's all for this exercise 10.1. We'll move on exercise 11.11. It's about various overhead rates. Nggak kelihatan lagi soalnya. So, we are looking at Nazareth Company. They have an estimate total overhead of $225,000 for the upcoming year. Our task is to calculate the overhead rate using 5 different methods. This allows us to see how the cost per unit changes depending on the base we use. So we move to base 1. It's about based on units. It's by dividing the 225,000 overhead by 25,000 unit. We will get the $5 per unit. This is the simplest method, but it only works if all products are exactly the same. So we'll move into a based on material cost. Is used to find out the cost as percentage of your raw material. So we count it like 225,000 divided by 500,000 times by 100. So we get the rate of 45%. This means for every dollar spent on raw materials, the company accepts to spend 45% on overhead. So we'll go to next. The next is based on direct labor hours. We use this base if your overhead is mostly driven by how long people work. So we count it $225,000 divided by how long they work which is 56,000 and 250. So we get the $4. So it's mean for every 1 hour a worker spends on a product, you add $4 for overhead. So the next is based on direct labor cost. Based on this cost is percentage based on the wages you pay. So we count it like this, like we count the total wages first, which is 56,025 hours times by $8. So we'll get the $450,000. So we can include it in the formula, which is $225 divided by $450,000. So, and the total is times 100. So we will get 50%, for every $1 you pay a worker in wages, you must set aside. So that means for every $1 you pay a worker in wages, you must set aside 0.5 dollar or 50% for overhead. So the next is based on machine hours. We use this base if your factory uses a lot of heavy machine. So we divided it by how long the machine is worked, which is divided by 75,000. So we will get the $3. So that means for every 1 hour a machine runs to make a product, dollars of overhead cost is added. I think that's all my answer for those two exercises. Thank you for listening to me. Sorry if I had a fault from this presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.